Have you ever had the strange feeling that someone might secretly like you, but they're doing everything they can to hide it? Maybe they act casual, maybe too casual, but deep down, their small actions are giving them away. The truth is, people rarely say exactly how they feel. Instead, they leave behind subtle clues, tiny signs in their words, their body language, even the way they react when your name comes up. And most people miss these signals completely. In this video, we'll uncover 7 lesser-known signs that someone could be crushing on you while trying to play it cool. These aren't the obvious hints you've already heard 100 times. Instead, we'll focus on the subtle behaviors backed by psychology that reveal far more than they realize. Stick with me until the end, because sign number 7 is one that almost nobody talks about. But once you notice it, you'll never see interactions the same way again. Welcome to Psychology Zone, where we break down human behavior and hidden emotions in simple, fascinating ways. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell, so you never miss insights that could change the way you understand people forever. Sign 1, they react differently to your opinions. Have you ever noticed how some people give extra weight to your words? It's subtle, but if someone has feelings for you, the way they react to your opinions often changes. Think about it. With most people, they might nod, disagree, or just move on. But when it comes to you, there's a pause, a moment where they process your words more carefully than usual. Instead of brushing off what you say, they lean in. They listen with focus, as if your viewpoint matters more than anyone else's in the room. And here's the interesting part. They often adjust their response to align with yours. Maybe not in a dramatic way, but in small shifts. If you like a certain movie, they might suddenly want to re-watch it. If you share an opinion, they might soften theirs to meet you halfway. This doesn't always happen consciously. Sometimes people mirror the person they're drawn to because they want to feel closer, more connected. Psychologists call this a form of social alignment. We naturally bend our behavior to those we admire or feel attached to. And in the context of a crush, it becomes even stronger. Watch closely the next time you share an idea. Do they brush it off, or do they hesitate and adapt? Almost like your words carry extra weight. It's not just agreement for the sake of harmony. It's often a quiet signal that your perspective matters deeply to them. Even in group conversations, they might side with you more often, not in a forced way, but with subtle nods, supporting comments, or gentle laughter at your jokes. And if they disagree, notice how carefully they word it. They might soften their tone, making sure not to push too hard against you. This extra care is telling, because usually people debate freely, but with someone they like, the risk of upsetting you feels too high. Another clue is how they bring your opinions back later. Maybe days afterward they'll mention something you said, showing they not only heard you but kept it in mind. It's a quiet form of validation, as if they're saying, "Your thoughts matter enough for me to remember and adjust myself around them." So while it may seem like simple politeness on the surface, a consistent pattern of careful listening and subtle agreement often reveals a much deeper interest. Sign 2, micro-expressions when your name comes up. Have you ever noticed how someone's face reacts when your name slips into a conversation? It happens so quickly, you might miss it if you're not paying attention. Rather than jumping into the obvious signs, think about the smallest ones. A slight smile, a spark in their eyes, or eyebrows lifting for just a second. These are called micro-expressions. They're powerful because they're unconscious. The person doesn't even realize they're doing it. When someone is crushing on you, your name pulls an emotion out of them before they have time to control it. You might catch this during group chats, when your name comes up and their expression softens instantly, or maybe in a casual setting, when they hear someone else mention you and their eyes light up for just a moment. Even if they're trying to stay calm, the body always reveals what the heart is trying to hide. These flashes last less than half a second, but they're some of the most honest signals you'll ever see. Sign 3, they remember things you didn't emphasize. Have you ever been surprised when someone brings up something you said weeks ago, something you barely even remember saying? It's not the big stories or the dramatic moments they hold on to. It's the little details, the throwaway comments, the things you never thought mattered. Maybe you mentioned a snack you like, a song you heard once, or the fact that you had a tough day. And suddenly they bring it up later as if it was important. This kind of memory shows a different level of attention. Most people let those details pass by, but someone who likes you tucks them away. Think about it. Why would they remember the small stuff if it didn't mean something to them? Sometimes they'll even use those details to connect with you. They might surprise you with your favorite coffee, or casually ask about that random thing you once mentioned. It doesn't feel forced either. It comes naturally because in their mind, those pieces of you are worth holding on to. And the truth is, when people are drawn to someone, their brain treats those little details as treasures, not just words. Sign 4. They shift their schedule slightly. Have you ever wondered why someone always seems to be around at just the right time? It looks like coincidence, but often it's not. Instead of waiting for chance, they quietly adjust their schedule to line up with yours. Maybe you notice they start showing up at the same coffee shop in the morning, or they just happen to take lunch when you do. It's never announced, never obvious. They blend it in so well that it feels natural. But when it happens again and again, that's a pattern worth noticing. People who like someone often create these small overlaps because it gives them more time near the person they're drawn to. It doesn't mean they're changing their whole life, just shifting little things, small tweaks that bring them closer. And the more it happens, the harder it is to believe it's pure coincidence. Those small adjustments are their quiet way of saying, "I want to be where you are." Sign 5. Their attention breaks when you're around. Have you ever walked into a room and noticed someone instantly lose track of what they were doing? That small shift in focus can speak louder than words. It could be mid-conversation, mid-task, even mid-laugh, yet the moment you show up, their attention flickers toward you. They may not stare directly, but their eyes keep drifting, subtly tracking where you are. Before we rush to think it's random, let's remember this. The brain is wired to prioritize what it finds most important. So when someone's interest in you is strong, it interrupts everything else, even if just for a second. You might catch them fiddling with something in their hands, or pretending to stay busy, while their awareness keeps circling back to you. In group settings, they'll often look your way more than once, as if checking you're still there. And when you speak, notice how quickly their focus snaps. Like nothing else in that moment matters as much. It's not clumsiness or distraction. It's the pull of attention, breaking through whatever mask they're trying to keep. Even when they try to act casual, their body betrays them. Their head tilts, their posture shifts, and their eyes seek you out without permission. Psychologists say attention is the purest currency of affection, and when it keeps breaking for you, that's rarely by accident. Sign 6, protective silence. Have you ever noticed how some people stay quiet when everyone else is joking about you? That silence isn't always indifference. Sometimes it's protection. Instead of joining in with the laughter, they pull back. They choose their words carefully, as if making sure you're not hurt by the teasing. Before we call it shyness, consider this. Silence can be a shield. It's their way of quietly standing on your side without drawing attention. Watch how they react when someone pokes fun at you. They may not snap back, but their body language changes. A tightened jaw, a glance in your direction, a subtle shift that shows concern. Sometimes they'll even steer the conversation away, redirecting the spotlight without making it obvious. It's not about dramatic defenses. It's about small acts of loyalty that reveal where their heart leans. People who like you often feel protective, even in the smallest social moments. And rather than risk embarrassing you further, they choose silence, a silence that speaks volumes. You might also notice they soften their own jokes toward you, never crossing the line others might. It's their way of saying, "I care how you feel," even if the words are never spoken. Sign 7. They share things first with you. Have you ever wondered why someone always seems to tell you things before anyone else? It might be news, a random idea, or even just a funny meme, but you're their first stop. This isn't just casual sharing. It's a subtle sign that in their mind, you're the person they want closest to their world. Think about it. Most people wait until a story naturally comes up. But with them, you notice they reach out quickly, almost eager to put you in the loop. Before we assume it's habit, ask yourself, why you and not someone else? When someone likes you, they subconsciously prioritize you. Their thoughts, their discoveries, even the small sparks of their day, they want you to be the one who experiences them first. It could be something as light-hearted as a meme that reminded them of you, or as personal as an achievement they couldn't wait to share. This choice reveals more than friendship. It's about emotional connection, about wanting you woven into the details of their life. Often they don't even realize they're doing it. To them, you simply feel like the natural person to tell. Notice how quickly their messages come when something happens. That speed is a quiet but powerful signal of where you stand in their priorities. And in a group, they might glance at you first before announcing something, almost seeking your reaction above everyone else's. It's not always dramatic, but it's consistent, and that consistency is what makes it meaningful. Crushes aren't always loud. Sometimes they hide in the smallest things. A pause before speaking, a smile that lingers too long, or little shifts in behavior you almost miss. One sign alone may not mean much, but when several of these signals come together, they often point to something deeper. Have you noticed these quiet signals in someone before? Share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear your experiences. If this video opened your eyes, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Psychology Zone for more fascinating insights into human behavior and hidden emotions. And of course, turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next video.